Hello everyone, so we are going to solve some of the problems on rectangles and squares. The basic rule is that ensure you are using the same units. That means if they are meters, they should all be meters. If they are centimeters, they should all be centimeters. Start with our first question. They're saying, how many meters of a carpet 75 centimeters wide will be required to cover the floor of the room, which is 20 meters long and 12 meters broad? So the basic formula here is that to get that length there, to get that length, that means you get the area of the rectangle or the triangle or the square out of the width of the carpet. This is the basic formula that they use. So we start with the rectangle. The rectangle is this. They've told us it is 20 meters long and 12 meters wide. So its area will be length times width. So it will be 12 times 20. 12 times 2 is 24 plus this 0, this is 240. Then the width of the carpet is 75 centimeters. But we have to first change it to meters. Remember, the rule is that they should all be. So 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. What of 75 centimeters will be 75 over 100, which will leave us with 0.0. No, it's 0.75. So that means our length will be our area of the rectangle, which is 240 divided by 0.75. So 240 divided by 0.75. Our answer is 320 meters. So this is the length of the carpet that will be required to cover the floor. Are we together? In case they give you and they ask you for they give you the price and they tell you to determine, they tell you the cost of each unit. It's like $30. That means to get the total cost will actually be $30 times 320 meters, which will give us, this is 0, 3 times 2, 6, 3 times 3, 9. This is the total amount of money that will be required to be spent. Are we together? Next here they're saying, how many paving stones of side 2.5 meters by 2 meters are required to have a rectangular courtyard 20 meters long and 1.6 meters wide? Are we together? So to actually get how many stones are required, we actually use the same. But now here there are two areas. So we shall get the area of the rectangle by the stones you are going to use, which is the area of the stones. Remember, they are both meters squared. So when the meters divide, you remain with the actual stones. So area of the rectangle is length times width, not so? So it is 30 times 1.6. 30 times 1.6. So 30 times 1.6, we actually get 48 meters square. Then the area of the stones is actually 2.5 by 2. This would actually give us 5 meters squared. So just means to get the number will be the area of the rectangle, which is 48 meters squared divided by 5 meters squared. These ones will go in. So that means you remain with 48 divided by 5. And the answer here is 9.6 stones will be required. Next, they are telling us a rectangular grassy plot is that meters by that. So this, let's assume this is the plot. It's rectangular. This is 112 and this is 78 meters. It has a gravel path of 1.2 meters wide all around it on the inside. Then they're saying find the area of the path and the cost of constructing it at that per meters. So they've said it has a gravel path around it inside. So that means the gravel path is inside. They've created like a path inside here. Right together. And this path here, actually from here up to here it is 2.5 meters. And even from here up to here is 2.5 meters, 2.5 meters, 2.5 meters. All together, wide, all around it on the inside. It is inside actually. And they want us to find the area of the path. So that means we have to find this length of the part and the width of the part. So to get the length of the part, that means to get this distance, we shall have to actually subtract 58 minus the 2.5 to get this actual distance, because it has been reduced by 2.5. Even this side it has been reduced by 2.5. So we get 78 minus 2.5. That means we shall get 75.5. So that means if we are to get this small one, this is 75.5, and then 112 minus 2.5 will actually be 109.5 together. So they've said find the area of the path, that is the path, its area is length times width, which will be 109.5 times 75.5. So when we multiply this times 75.5, we actually get 8267.25 meters squared. That means this is the area of that, and the cost of constructing it at that. So that means 1 meter squared will be equaling to $20. Now what if it is 8267.25? So that means this will actually be x, so you cross multiply, that means it will be 20 times 8.8267.25. What answer do we get there when we multiply? We actually see that they will spend $165,345 in order to be able to construct it. Let's look at our last number. They're saying the length of a rectangular plot is 20 meters more than its width. So we just say let the width be x. Because we want to try to draw it and illustrate it. So if this width is x, they've said its length is 20 meters more, so it is to be 20 plus x. Are we together? Then they have said if the cost of fencing the plot is 10,000 per meter, that is fencing is 10,000 per meter. And the cost of fencing a plot at 10,000 per meter, the total cost is actually 2 million. Are we together? What is the width of the plot in meters? Are we together? So this is what they've given us. They've given us the length and they've given us the width. Are we together? So we first find the area here. Area equals to length times width, so it will be x into 20 plus x, which will leave us with 20x plus x squared. Are we together? So they've told us length of fencing each meter is actually this. Are we together? So that means that here, in order for us to be, if this is our area, that means, for example, because they've told us the cost of fencing the plot is 10 per meter. Are we together? That means that if it is 1 1 meter will be equaling to 10,000. Are we together? That is for 1 meter. Now what if it is 20x plus x squared? We shall have to cross multiply it. It will be equaling to maybe a y. Are we together? So when you cross multiply, that means y times 1, which is y, is equals to 10,000 times 20x plus x squared. But they've told us here that this total cost actually is 2 million. This y here, they've told us it is 2 million. Told us it's 2 million will be going to 10,000 over 20x plus x squared. So we shall divide throughout by 10,000, and here we divide by 10,000. You divide here by 10,000, actually remain with 200 equals to 20x plus x squared. This is a quadratic equation. It will be x, take this on this side, it will be x squared plus 20x minus 200 equals to 0. For those who don't know, you can try to check in my informative channels. This is, so this is from ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Our x will be going to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. So it will be negative b, which will be negative 20 plus or minus square root of 20 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 200 over 2 times a, which is 1. So you can actually put it in your calculator, but mine is not scientific. So let's calculate. This will be negative 20 plus or minus square root 20 squared is 400. Are we together? This times this will give you plus 4 times 2 is 800 over 2. Are we together? So 400 plus 800 will actually give you 1200, which will leave you with negative 20 plus or minus square root of 1200 over 2. It means you have to take on the positive answer of that. So it will be negative 20 plus square root of 1200 is 34.6 divided by 20. So when you get negative 20 plus 34.6, the answer is 14.6 divided by 20. So when you divide it by 20, our final answer will be 0.73.